Join the Bhakti podcast with deep insights into all matters spiritual. Like and subscribe to keep up to date with your inner self.
Jai Sergey, Hare Krishna.
Hare
How
Krishna.
are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yes, very well. Where are you calling in from?
I'm from Long Beach. It's Los Angeles, California.
Oh, you from Los Angeles. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Isn't that beautiful? And there
Yes.
comes
I'm
Hare Krishna.
perfect.
We'll start with some kirtan in a very short moment in time.
Okay, great. It's a beautiful altar. Nice.
Yes, we have here Sergey from how you say your name? Sergey.
Yeah, Sergey. Yeah, it's
Sergey.
perfect. That's the way.
It sounds Eastern European.
Yeah, it's Russian.
Russian. Yes,
Yes.
we like Russia.
Great. That's good to hear.
And we have Mehul here. Mehul from Mumbai.
Oh,
Hare
man.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Mehul.
Hare Krishna.
Nice. It's late in Mumbai, I know. But you're a late night person anyway, so maybe.
Yes, bro. Yes.
What's your time, Sergey, in what you said, Los Angeles?
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. right now.
Oh, that's not too bad. What's
Yeah,
your
no, it's
time,
perfect.
Mehul? Mehul, what's your time?
For me, it's right opposite. It's 11:30 p.m.
Say that again?
It's 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Okay, so you're almost a midnight person, huh?
In half an hour, I will be midnight. Yes.
You just stay as long as you can.
Yes, bro. I'll be there. Yes.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedantam Swamin Itinamine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachande Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasidhya Vishadharine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachande Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasidhyaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Chaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Nitai Sachi Sundara, Nitai Sachi Sundara, Nitai Sachi Sundar Jaya, Nitai Sachi Sundar Jaya, Nitai Sachi Sundar Jaya, Nitai Sachi Sundar Sachi Sundar Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radha Govinda Chi, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Chi, Radha Govinda Jaya, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Gaura Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo. Jai Hare Krishna Srila Prabhupada ki jai. What I would like to do now, if hearing a little bit about you, whoever is present, introducing yourselves. Can I just ask Sergey, you came from the League of Devotees news website, is that correct?
Yes, that's yeah, it was through Narada Das who introduced me to that.
Okay, would you like to say a little bit about yourself and your background and how you came to the League of Devotees? And yes, say a little bit something.
Yeah, so my name is Sergey, and I was my whole life growing up, I was, a Christian, but it wasn't really fulfilling me. And so in 2016, 17, my best friend, she brought home a little pamphlet of Krishna consciousness book. I think it was called Life Beyond Death. And that really intrigued me, and I was really interested since then. Um, but I have never really associated with any devotees. I was just kind of by myself. I was going in and out of Krishna consciousness, and I was kind of back and forth, and it was kind of frustrating. And I remember reading somewhere that it's necessary for spiritual growth to associate with other devotees. And so recently I had this pull towards Krishna, and then I remember I was watching one of Narada's videos, and something just told me, just contact him. Maybe he knows something, And then when I contacted Narada, he said that yes, there is like a devoted following to Prabhupada's vision, and then he just invited me to this website, and then invited me to this Zoom call, and he gave me the contact of your contact, Gauranga's contact, and here I am. This is where I'm at now. Hare Krishna.
That's
So
beautiful journey. That's a beautiful journey.
yeah,
And again, Narada or Narada, whichever. I call him sometimes Narada Muni. He is just traveling around and he's doing his preaching and he's directing so many devotees towards Krishna consciousness. And that's very, very beautiful. We
yes.
have been, I have come, let me talk a few moments about myself. And then we go on to Ben and Mehul as well. I myself have been, my first contact with Krishna consciousness was a long time back, but it appears just like the day before yesterday, really, because time and the decades are flying by, and the moments, the days, you can hardly blink and a day is gone, and the weeks flying by, and the months and the years. So I came in contact with Krishna consciousness in 1975. How many years is that, Ben? 50?
50 years, yeah. 51.
Over 50 years, sir. It's a long time. 51 years. Oh, wow. It's a long time. When
Long
you
time.
see this number, it appears a long time. But as I say, it's just like yesterday. So I am originally from Germany, and I have been. They had a beautiful temple in Germany, a castle, and I joined there. First of all, I just traveled there on the weekend, stayed over the weekend, and came back. I have not been too far away, maybe 3 hours away or something like that. And from Germany, I went in 1980 to France. But before I went to France in 1980, with the German devotees, it was said, Srila Prabhupada is coming to France, and then he is going to London. Who wants to go where? We have some mini buses, Toyota Hire Sankirtan buses, and who wants to go to France? And somehow or other, I don't know why, perhaps because it was sooner, because Srila Prabhupada first came to France, to Paris and New Mayapur, a beautiful farm community, and then later on to London. So we piled into a minibus and we went non-stop from Germany near Frankfurt. We went to heading towards New Mayapur. No, we went first to Paris and then to New Mayapur. And when we arrived in New Mayapur, some devotees were running and saying, "Oh, come quickly, quickly. Srila Prabhupada is just giving them darshan outside on the lawn." So I had not met Srila Prabhupada before. So we got out of the car, rushed over, and there was a circle of devotees, 2 rows in a large circle, lots of devotees from all over the place, all over the world even, all over Europe. And there was Srila Prabhupada sitting in the midst of that circle of devotees. And it struck me at the time, that's not a human being. That is someone from a different planet. If there's any aliens, that's Srila Prabhupada was extremely effulgent, small in stature, and shining. There's a bit of a side story, unrelated, where Srila Prabhupada arrived in some airport in perhaps Los Angeles, and there was some airport employee looking after the baggage. And when Srila Prabhupada came through the gate, he was calling out very loudly, "This man is shining! He is shining!" Yeah, Srila Prabhupada is shining.
Wow.
He was completely captivated. This man is he had no idea who Srila Prabhupada is, but he could observe he is shining. So Srila Prabhupada was shining. And so I joined that circle of devotees, the 3rd row perhaps. At that time I hardly spoke any English, so I didn't understand anything. But devotees were asking questions, and Srila Prabhupada, he had his eyes closed, and looked down, and he was giving answers for some time. And I couldn't get my eyes off Srila Prabhupada. It was just such an experience. I never seen any person on this planet like that. And at that time, I was around 25 years old. All of a sudden, Srila Prabhupada looked up. I mean, that's a subjective account. That's only what I can do. And he looked up and he looked right into my eyes. Not into my eyes, he looked into my soul. Deep down, as like an X-ray. He took an X-ray of me, of so many previous lifetimes, and I was just completely puzzled and stunned. And his look, without any word, and that was quite a bit away, maybe 5, 6, 7 meters, and that look told me, it meant to me, just from the very start, oh, you're also here. Oh, you're also here. And I'm still puzzled about Srila Prabhupada, oh, you're also here. A kind of a surprise that I had come, and also here, well, we met before, somewhere, previous lifetime, something like that. Oh, you're also here. Also happy to see me there, but surprised also I'm there. And that was it. That was it. And after that, we stayed 3 days in New Mayapur with the German devotees. After that, next day, Srila Prabhupada was installing Krishna and Balaram. Ki Jai! Beautiful Krishna Balaram deities. And at that time, that was in 76. I was a brand new devotee, 75 or perhaps even 74. Started to read the Gita, I don't remember. But so in 76, they didn't have the fancy paraphernalia of doing the abhishek. There was a stainless steel bucket from the kitchen with ingredients, and there wasn't a conch nicely to put the different ingredients in the conch. That wasn't existing. Srila Prabhupada did the abhishek with a kitchen ladle, with a kitchen spoon. And over Krishna and Balaram, and the devotees were ecstatic, and the kirtan was ecstatic, and I was so impressed when I was in New Mayapur. Just the same program as I have experienced in Germany, but devotees spoke all kind of different languages. French devotees and American devotees and so on. But while the program and the prayers, nationality didn't come in at all. Later, when devotees talked with each other, then you could hear the different languages. So it was a very unifying experience. So Srila Prabhupada started off the Abhishek of Krishna and Balaram, and then he was very sick at that time. That was just 1 year before Srila Prabhupada left. And he only agreed to come to New Mayapur because Bhagavan at the time, he promised him the lift was repaired and working, because he had his quarter up in the first floor. So he left the Abhishek, he started it off, and then he went to his room with the lift. And the devotees carried on with the Abhishek and Kirtan and Prasadam. Prasadam was outside, it was in the summer, outside on the lawn. Big lawn behind the castle. That was also a castle. New Mayapur is a castle, a French castle. And so we had prasadam on the lawn, all sitting down, hundreds of devotees. And then suddenly someone called out, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai! And everybody turned around, and out of the window on the first floor, Srila Prabhupada looked down with a big smile, being so happy, seeing the devotees enjoying the prasadam. It is said the spiritual master is happy when the devotees enjoying prasadam. So that was another glimpse of Srila Prabhupada. And the next day was initiation. And they set up a long row of devotees, right and left, a kind of a long corridor. There were loads of devotees there. A long corridor. And sitting right and left of that corridor, those who got first initiation, Brahmin initiation, with a plate in front. And at the end of that corridor, there was the fire yagya, the fire not lit yet. And then behind that supposed fire, there was Srila Prabhupada. So everybody was very enlivened. That was a third time of getting a glimpse of Srila Prabhupada. And then Srila Prabhupada left as well, and then the devotees started the fire yagya and all of that. Big event, and prasadam later on as well. And the third day, in the morning, Srila Prabhupada gave a talk, an address. And at that time, the temple room was packed. I had a standing place. I couldn't sit down. There was not enough space. I just stood there. And he gave a talk, and I had a little cassette tape recorder, which I recorded, holding the microphone up. And Srila Prabhupada was not more than 3-4 meters away. And he was not well. He constantly was coughing. And he had some lota where he spit some mucus in, so he wasn't well. So what did he talk about? He talked about Brahminical culture. That he wanted to introduce Brahminical culture, because the Brahmins are the head of society. So without a head, the body doesn't function very well. And the Brahmins, he wanted to create a class of leaders, of Brahmins, spiritual leaders in society. And then from there, everything is permeating, everything is developing. So, and he talked about how important it is, because New Mayapur is a farm community, how important it is to grow grains, to become self-sufficient, not depending on society. There were cows, we had land, lots of land, we have forest, everything was there to be self-sufficient. We had fields, veg fields, strawberry fields, so much. So Srila Prabhupada liked that, and he spoke about the importance of growing your own food. That was that. Then the next morning and the last day, Srila Prabhupada left. We got another glimpse of him. They carried him down the stairs, the front entrance of the castle, some 7-8 steps, in a improvised palanquin, in a chair with some handles, right and left, where devotees carried Srila Prabhupada around. There's also an interesting parallel where devotees have, from a different temple, have explained. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada used to be so heavy that devotees hardly could carry him, so heavy, and other times he was light like a feather. These are all the miracles of the pure devotee. So he was carried down the steps of the castle, and there was a black limousine waiting, perhaps a Mercedes or big limousine. He went in and he smiled and he waved to the devotees through the window, a half-open window, and the devotees were crying like anything. So Srila Prabhupada, he became so dear just by one look, what to speak of a 3-day visit, only seeing a few glimpses. But Srila Prabhupada became so dear to the devotees. So when he left, everybody was crying, including me. Everybody was crying, tears streaming down the face. He's leaving, my most dear, most object of love, the most personality ever from many, many lifetimes. And then slowly he drove down the long path to the road, a gravel path, and the devotees ran behind the car, and I was running, aside of the car and offered my dandavats, and got up and run again, catching up with the car, dandavats, 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 down, down. And I don't know what, something just forced me to do that. And my dandavats on the side of the road, it wasn't just nice, clean. No, it was shrubs and all kind of vegetation there, right inside. And dandavats until the group wasn't very small at the end of the gravel path, where the proper road started. Only maybe 6, 7, 8 devotees. And then the car went on the tarmac road and gathered speed and left, and we stood there, tears streaming down our eyes, and until the car disappeared. We stood a long time there, and our object of love had disappeared out of our sight. And then we, in very sad spirits, we walked back to the castle. And I do remember when we entered the temple room, there was Lord Chanananda. He's a very wonderful kirtaniya and harmonium player. And the Nisingha gave prayers were going on. And that was so soothing to our heart. And we caught our composure again, and not Nisingha prayers. And that was it. That was a short visit in Umayapur. Then in 80, when we went back to Germany, of course, 3-day visit. 3-day visit, something else stayed in my mind, or stays in my mind. There was not much accommodation. We slept outside on the grass under some big trees with a bit of sleeping bag or something. And we hardly, early morning, the sun is just about to rise or hasn't risen. So we heard some kirtan. It was sad. There came the Gurukula boys. They had been camping in the forest over the summer in some straw bale huts. And they came in a double line with midangams and kartals and came to the temple. We were still in our sleeping bags. They came, chanted Hare Krishna. That was very impressive. Later on, when I saw them living in the forest, in these straw bale houses, very happy, very happy. Then I thought, okay, I want my children also go to the Gurukul. That I thought. And that happened later on when I moved to Mayapur in 80. And from 80 till 88, I stayed in France in Mayapur. And I did various services. I was Puchari for Giri Govardhan there. And I was mostly as a Gurukula ashram teacher. I had my own ashram with boys. I made it very comfortable for them. And I did some afternoon activities with them. Took them to the forest. The most what they liked, we did some pottery. I was by then settled in the old pottery. I had a little room upstairs, and so we didn't have burning facilities, but the boys loved to create things with their hands in clay. At least air dry castles and all kind of pots and anything. So that was their favorite afternoon activity. So Gurukul. Then New Mayapur disintegrated a bit in the late 80s. 88, I left to the UK. And to Leicester. And I'm still in Leicester. From 88 till today. How many years is that?
30. Almost 30.
30
Almost 30.
something. Okay, 30 something. In Leicester. And there in Leicester I was temple president for 10 years at a residential area, a house converted into a temple. And after that, we created the Hare Krishna Centre. Huh? 38, almost 40 years.
Did you want to go to London?
Huh?
The whole temple? You want to go to London? Stay there?
Why I came to Leicester? Is that you're asking? Because we had a contact and a friend that was Chakat Purush at the time. He was leading the Sosby Street Temple somehow. And he arranged for us to stay at the Indian family's business office upstairs. There were some quarters. So that was our only contact. So therefore we came to Leicester. And still in Leicester. And so some 21 years ago, there's a lot of details why and how, which I don't want to get into now. We created this Hare Krishna Centre because there were some problems with ISKCON and basically they kicked us out. Long story, too long to talk about. So we were out of the temple. And I had devotees with me, and we needed to give some shelter to the devotees. So we created a charity, and we had that house, which was previously the Mataji ashram. And then in some 21 years ago, we installed our beautiful Gonitai, and they're looking very, very beautiful today. They're shining like the sun in there. That outfit was brought by Samir from India. Beautifully looking. And so we had a opulent deity installation. We just, over a month ago, we celebrated the 21st anniversary of the Hare Krishna Centre.
Mm.
So, and here we are still today. And then some 2.5 years, Narada, you mentioned Narada, Sergey. Narada, he came up, I had some contact with him. For his first book, he interviewed me. His first book of the different groups, Gaudiya groups, and others, Krishna groups, in the UK. He researched that and he wrote a book about the various groups. There are a lot of different groups. And then he came up with that idea, why don't we say a lot of devotees and projects and groups which don't find a home in the ISKCON institution out of different reasons, somehow, and why either they were kicked out or they left or there was a disagreement or they wanted to do something which didn't fit in within ISKCON. So he came up with the idea, why don't we create a group, a network of all those devotees? And he had contact with a beautiful temple, Radha Kripa mission in ruin in northern France, in the Normandy. So that was his idea. And then together what kind of name should we give? And then he came up with the League of Devotees. And as you probably know, the League of Devotees was Srila Prabhupada's first organization in India before he created ISKCON. League of Devotees.
Wow.
So, and then we, the French temple in ruin, Radha Kripa Mission, they have two sannyasis, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj. And they visited us. They visited us here at the Hare Krishna Temple. I was very excited because due to problems with ISKCON, and we created our own charities, I said, oh, you're not ISKCON. No sannyasis, no preachers, no gurus, what to speak of gurus, can visit your temple. And if they're defying that, they're not welcome in the UK anymore. So very strict. So we were staffed of any association. So for 21 years, we took shelter of Srila Prabhupada. And that was a blessing in disguise. So these two Maharajas and a few other devotees from France, they came. And it was absolutely beautiful. No one ever in 40 years in ISKCON, no sannyasi has ever given me a hug. They always seem to be aloof, high up, there, unapproachable. Every single one of them. Maybe Bhakti Vikas Swami was a bit different. Maybe, I don't remember.
I met Ryan Maharaj.
Yes.
He gave me a hug.
Yes, here you go. Vaishnavas are very lovingly from the heart. So, when these sannyasis came, I wanted to bow down as you do for sannyasis, and he picked me up and he gave me a very warm hug. Not just a hug. He didn't let go. He didn't let go. It was really from the heart, a long hug. So we established a wonderful relationship with Govinda Maharaj and Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. And then a few times, 4 times by now, we went to France, and we're going again on Jamashtami. And it's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful temple with wonderful devotees. All of them are wonderful devotees, and they're growing and grew so dear to my heart. Amazing in such a short time. Very dear to my heart. All of them. At the beginning, yes, we were kind of... There's in France, they speak French, but there are quite a few devotees who speak English, more and more. And they have an extremely high standard of deity worship, higher than Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, higher. Cleanliness, punctuality, really, really, really nice. Beautiful altars, beautiful deities, beautiful temple, all new and fresh, it appears like, right on the edge of the city of ruin. So that relationship developed. Now here we are with a League of Devotees, and just as recently as March Gopunim of this year, and I shall remember that number, 2026 March, Damodar Maharaj appointed me as an initiating guru within the League of Devotees. That was my great surprise. Great surprise. Out of our own accord, we cannot. Okay, we decide, okay, today I become guru. No, we don't do that. It has to be coming from authority. Has to be appointed from higher up. So as I was hesitant, but then I thought, well, I'm already giving shiksha here at the Hare Krishna temple to so many devotees, so to give diksha doesn't make much a difference. And by the way, there is nobody ready for diksha. Devotees chanting, the all congregation are chanting 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. And so I accept it. And not that long after, recently, we had a yagya in a devotee's home, and Narada Prabhu, he wanted me to give him Brahmin Diksha, which I did. And there were 3 other devotees. They took part remotely on the level of Bhakti Riksha. It's a program, a congregational development program, initiated many, many years ago by Chaitanya Swami and his congregational development, where devotees promising to chant 1 round and being fully vegetarian, 4 rounds, and adding to the vegetarian, no intoxication, 8 rounds, adding no gambling, 16 rounds. So it breaks that one starts to chant Hare Krishna, and then we are supposed to chant 16 rounds. It's a long, long way. It breaks it down in intermediate steps. And devotees were enthusiastic about that. We did that program previously also, at least twice or thrice. And it gives an opportunity for devotees to be recognized on the various levels called Shraddhavan, Krishna Sevak, Krishna Satak, Srila Prabhupada Ashraya, Shri Guru Charana Ashraya. So these are the different levels. So they took part remotely over a Zoom link, and they took their vows of chanting 4 rounds and being no meat, no fish, no eggs, and so on, increasingly more commitment. So that was our first initiation, Brahmin initiation, and the Bhakti Riksha Yagya, and our Jagat Bandhu expert Purohit, he did a most wonderful Yagya, elaborate Yagya. And so that's where we are today. And there are some devotees aspiring to take initiation also. 3 of them at the moment. And there we go. And who knows what the future brings. So the development, particularly with the League of Devotees, that has been tremendous. And there are many other groups. And that you are here, Sergey, of coming through Narada and the League of Devotees. That is absolutely wonderful. And I wish you could come every Saturday and Wednesday. Wednesday is much Bhagavad Gita discussion. From 7 also, same link as today. It's a permalink, 1-click permalink. So that's Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And Saturday, it's a temple program. And if you can make it on Wednesday and Saturdays, that would be absolutely wonderful. What do you think, Sergey?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this every Saturday for sure. Wednesday, I'm gonna see what's my schedule like, because usually I work in the afternoon. But yeah, I'm gonna try to see and make it Wednesday. But Saturdays, I want to make it a habit and make this a permanent thing.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, enough talked. Mehul, can you introduce yourself, and maybe you can mention what we are working on?
Yes, just 1 second. Just turn the camera on.
I cannot hear you too well.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So I am Mehul. I am an author of 3 books. I have my own work wherein I coach people. And I also got introduced like Sergey because of Narada Prabhu. And me and Sundar Gauranga Prabhu, we connected very quick, and we've been working Since the day we connected, we are working on a book together. So hope to get the book rolling very soon. And I joined the movement in 2001. So it's 26 years now. Just after Janmashtami, a week after Janmashtami, roughly, I joined the movement. And I joined ISKCON Juhu here in India, Mumbai. And I joined the ISKCON Youth Forum and I did a lot of preachings. And even I was one of the people to attend the Cross Maidan Festival and help devotees from Russia who had come when they were struggling to build the temple in Moscow. It's that time. So I was in contact with Subala Sakhadas from Moscow. He was a Radhanath Maharaj disciple. Bhakti Vignan Maharaj. I was in contact with Maharaj as well for quite some time. And from then I worked with Haridas Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple Haridas Prabhu, who runs ITV ISKCON Television, then Hare Krishna Television. And I worked previously as a filmmaker, and then I started up with my own startup, and I've authored 3 books, all complete research work, and here I am.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Last night I looked a little bit in your books, mantras book.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
And it's a very detailed research. It's a lot of information, sir. Amazingly research done. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Share your books and your titles.
Yes, show your titles or tell us your titles of your 3 books.
So the first book is The Secret Goddesses of Tantra, that talks about Tantra, that talks about symbolism of Tantra, talks about the 10 goddesses, Kali, Tara, Tripura Sundari, Bhuvaneshwari, Chinamastika, Bhairavi, Dhumavati, Baglamukhi, Matangi and Kamalatmika. The second book is Why Are We Here? It's mostly around the science of soul and purpose of life, around Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, Viveka Chudamani by Adi Shankaracharya, Garuda Puran and all of that. And the recent book is Decoding Mantras, that is the complete research on mantras, what are mantras, the types of mantras, the classification of mantras, different types of japamala, the right technique of chanting, different types of speech, and it's a lot of information on mantras. And it is one of the only books on mantras that stands second. And there are only 2 books in the market. One is by Om Swami and the second is mine. So I am hoping with Krishna's grace, Prabhupada's grace and all Vaishnava's grace, I can defeat the first book and become the number 1 book on mantras.
Yes, may I mention this book's going very well because they have been sold 10,000 copies already.
Yeah, yes, the first one did, yes. The second one I just released 2 months ago. So it released in May.
What's it called? Sorry again? Sorry.
If you look at Amazon and you look at Mehul Vora, you will find this book. Okay, and Mehul is helping me to write my first book based on the classes of Wednesday classes, and it's taking shape. I wanted to do that in a long time, but I didn't really know how to approach that. And 2 days ago we had a meeting with Narada, Mehul, myself, as League of Devotees, and when I asked Mehul, I brought up that idea, and then it came out. He's an author, he's publishing, he has a publishing company, and he knows all of that, what is meant for book publishing. And I felt, Krishna sent him. Krishna sent him at the right time to do a wonderful service. And I'm very grateful. And it takes shape, and perhaps by the end of the month, we'll have the first volume ready.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mehul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Now we have Ben here. Ben, can you introduce yourself and say a bit about yourself.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Ben. Suppose, I mean, I kind of got introduced to Krishna consciousness through the Bhagavad Gita, just the book, really. I mean, I didn't really know about devotees and Prabhupada and ISKCON and all that kind of stuff. So I read Bhagavad Gita. I was really impressed. Really affected me and really touched me a lot. You know, it was like the missing link for me. You know, it was like something I've been looking for a long time. Because I knew quite a bit about Christianity and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, I just felt something was missing there for me. And anyway, that led me to becoming like greedy to find out more about Prabhupada, you know, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, and find out what other books he'd written, you know. So I read The Science of Self-Realization, and I mean, I absolutely loved that because I felt like I'd got more intimate with Prabhupada and a greater understanding of him as a person, you know. And I just thought, who is this man, you know? He's so humble. Yeah, I couldn't believe it just by reading this book and just like his daily activities and how simple he kept his life. And I mean, he was washing his own dhotis and he was just hanging them up to dry, and he was eating simple food. You know, he could do it all in one pot, sabji, rice, dal, and he would make chapatis, and that was it, you know. I don't know, I just remember being extremely impressed by him, you know. You know, as I said, I was reading Bhagavad Gita, and then I just decided, I mean, I had a reasonably okay job, I had a place to live, and I was doing okay material-wise, really. But I knew that material life wasn't really where it was at for me. I have always felt that there's got to be something more, you know. There's got to be something more, there's got to be something greater than just this, you know. So I decided, you know, I found out where the temples were, and the only temple was in London, Soho Street. So
What year was that?
that was in 1985. So anyway, I made my way there. How I got there, that's another story. Because even when I got to London, and I was asking people like newspaper vendors, do you know where Soho Street is? Nobody knew. Then I was asking the police, you know, the police of the area. Do you know where Soho Street is? Oh, sorry, there's no such street as Soho Street. I just thought, oh, this has all been a big joke. I've just been fooled, you know. And the next minute, I think I look up and it's like, I'm on it, Soho Street. And there's the temple, you know. And anyway, I walks into the temple, and I said to them, like, I'm here to meet my spiritual master, you know. Where is he? Like, as if I was expecting to go and meet Prabhupada. I'm looking for my guru, you know. that's just how I was at that time. But fortunately enough, I met all these really nice devotees, and it just so happened that the time I arrived there, they were just about to be having a Sunday feast. So I was in this restaurant, you know, the Govinda's restaurant, and all these like devotees were all sat around me, and they were bringing like big plates, prasad, you know, sweets and dals and sobjis and different drinks and all, you know, and I was just like just blissed out, you know, and that was my kind of first introduction to devotees and spiritual life, if you like, you know, and just amazing.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. And then I mean, I've hung out with Prabhupada in one shape or form for the last I don't know how many years that is now, for 85.
40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, been around since a long, long time.
41 years. No,
Okay. Thank you.
not as long as Gauranga.
Now I would like, Vaishana Mataji, can you introduce yourself shortly to Mehul and to Sergey? If you come here, Ben, can you give Vaishana a hot seat with a microphone here? Tell us a little bit. Vaishana, she is our head puchari and she dressed the deity so beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? Rivo! They're beautiful, shining like a sunflower, like the sun. Very, very nice. So tell a little bit, and if you can also mention, because Sergey came and Mehul through Narada to the League of Devotees. So tell us a little bit about, you have visited France as well.
Yes, Hare Krishna, everyone. I started, I think.
Your name is?
Vaishana Kishori Devi Dasi, and that's my initiated name. I'm a disciple of Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, and I initiated about good 17 years ago. I did start Krishna conscious when I first got married at about the age of 30, and I was out in Tanzania, but there weren't any more temples. When I came to the UK, I met Gauranga Sundar Prabhu, and I saw the process of deity worship, and I was absolutely gobsmacked, especially the deities, and also doing Tulsi Aarti. I was just absolutely amazed, and that's how I started. I started slowly, and I'm not a professional chef, but I decided to cook for the Lords.
Yes, you are a professional chef.
I've never had any proper training, but so I just continued, and it's now been about 21 years. The nicest thing was us joining the League of Devotees, and it gave me the opportunity to go with Gauranga Sundar Prabhu to France, where we met all the rest of the Maharajas and the devotees, and it was an absolutely great experience. We often visit the manor here as well, and I just pray I can continue this seva. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Durgesh, you want to say a few words? Come here. About your spiritual journey.
Hare Krishna. My name is Durgesh. So I started ISKCON about 3 years ago. So I went through the courses. So I went through Discovery course, then the Bhagavad Gita course, various other courses. Was put together by ISKCON. Prior to that, my family has always been very much spiritual, so it's always been there. Bhakti yoga, doing the arati and everything has always been part of my life for a very long time, since I was a child. And funny enough, maybe about 6, 7 years ago, I must be driving across the road here, and I saw Hare Krishna Centre. So I thought initially that it's probably a bookshop, but closed down because I looked through it. I said, I must go and visit that one day. I used to go quite often to ISKCON, go to the temple there in town. I remember the Govinda's restaurant, and I actually did some seva there as well, long time ago. Didn't feel 100% comfortable there. Just felt that the energy was, people's energies weren't, the right. And so, although I go there, I have, people I've made friends with. Then one of my friends, KC, who comes normally, said, "Oh, I come to here every Saturday," and came here a few times. He said, "Why don't you come? Why don't you come?" So we were trying to plan, but it's busy with family life. And then once I came, possibly back last year sometime, probably about I reckon this January, February time last year, I think. And I really enjoyed it, liked the energy here. And since then, I've come. And it's brilliant. I try and come as much as I can. May it feel like I've met people who I've learned from Gauranga Prabhu. So it's been a great journey. And when I come here on Saturday, speaking to Ben about this, is after a week's work, stressful job and all that, you come here and you do bhakti yoga, and you feel refreshed for the week again and energized again. So definitely, Krishna Bhagwan is pulling me here. So yes, really enjoy it. Try and come here every Saturday. Went to the yatra, was really good. I was really good because everyone took part on it, which was good. The energy was right. Felt the energy, and again felt energized doing that. So really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we are very small turnout today. There can be many more devotees, but that gives you, Sergey and Mehul, it gives you a little bit of an idea where we're coming from. And our next stage in the program is our Gaura Arti. So join in the Gaura Arti of the beautiful Lords, Shri Shri Nitai Sachi Sundar. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura. Ki Bachayo, Jaya Gaura Chante, Alarika Shobha, Jaya, Jaya Gaura Chante, Alarika Shobha, Chana Vitaka Vayate. Jaga Manalopa Jana Vikata Jaga Manalopa Nakhi Mame Ratadara Dakhi Mame Ratadara Nikate Advaita Srinidhi Asa Tatadara Nikate Advaita Srinidhi Asa Tatadara Vashi Yache Gaurachan Radna Simhasane Vashi Yache Gaurachan Radna Simhasane Arati Kodena Brahma Ati Devakane Arati Kodena Brahma Ati Devakane Narari Ati Kodi Chamaradulaya Narari Ati Kodi Chamaradulaya Sanchaya Mukunda Vasuhu Gosha Ben Ka Ben Sanchaya Ben Gosha Antigaya Shankar Bache Kanta Bache Bache Karatala Shankara Bache Kanta Bache Bache Karatala Madhura Mitanga Vajate Paramarasala Madhura Mitanga Vajate Paramarasala Shanka Pache Ganga Pache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Shanka Pache Pache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Shanka Pache Ganga Pache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Shanka Pache Ganga Pache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Madhur Madhuraman Prabhache Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bahu Koti Chandra Chini Vadana Ujwala Bahu Koti Chandra Chini Vadana Ujwala Kalate Chevana Mala Hore Chalamala Kalate Chevana Mala Hore Chalamala Shiva Shukha Dhanata Preme Kathagata Shiva Shukha Dhanata Preme Kathagata Pakati Vinoka Deke Gaurara Sampada Pakati Vinoka Deke Gaurara Sampada Vipachayo Jayo Gaura Chante Adra Vikasoda Jaya Jaya Gaura Chante Adra Vikasoda Kana Vitata Maite Jagamanalopa Kana Vitata Maite Jagamanalopa Bolo Gaurange Aroti Shobha Shaka Namanalopa 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 Shaka Namanalopa Shaka Namanalopa Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauram Nitai, Gauram Nitai, Gauram Nitai, Gauram Nitai, Gauram Nitai, Jaya Gauram Nitai, Gauram Nitai, Jaya Gauram Jaya Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar, Jaya Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar, Nitai Sati Sundar. Jaya Radha Govinda Chi Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Jaya Radha Govinda Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Jaya Radha Govinda. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaura Premanandi. Jaya Vishnupad Paramamsa Vachakacharya Shatarashada Shri Madesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya Vishnupad Paramamsa Vachakacharya Shatarashada Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Se Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktarinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Shri Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Muna Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktarinda Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste. Saraswati Devi Gaurana Bhajani Vishesha Namaste Deshata. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narashinaya.
Namaste
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Hare
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. What I like to do now, we have a little bit of extra time of doing the offering, right? Yes. So what I like to do now, Sergey, if you have any questions for the devotees or questions regarding the League of Devotees or questions what could be your involvement, if you would like to, I mean, what are your capabilities if you would like to do some kind of service? I don't know what. We, like with Mehul, it just developed very quickly, very naturally, that he offered his services of editing and publishing and all of that. And our Ramananda, who is not here, is in Italy. He took up summarizing our talks on Wednesday and producing these beautiful articles. And our Abai Amisha, Amisha is making an outfit for our Lord, Shishi Nitai Satchisunda. So much so that she wanted to get it ready for Monday, next Monday, but she overdid it. She hurt her arm and she's in extreme pain, and so she has to take a bit of a break. And I said, it's no need to have it ready for Monday. Just take your time. Your health is more important. So, Sergey, what are your aspirations, sir? What would you like to, regarding the League of Devotees?
I never really thought about it that way. Um, right now, I think my only concern, I should say, is I want to become more serious about bhakti yoga because in the past I have become serious, but then I kind of go back away from it. So I'm not too sure how I can be of service. Um, I never really thought about it. This is kind of new to me, meeting with devotees like this. I've never actually done it. So,
We are very happy with your service of just being here, of just
yeah,
coming Wednesday or Saturday. That's also service. That's also by listening and by associating with it. That's also service. We are very happy with that.
I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, so I guess I want to be more devoted. That is my goal. And I started chanting more again, um, becoming closer to Krishna, reading Prabhupada's books,
Mm.
um, listening to his like lectures. I um, and I started.
Normally,
Uh-huh.
normally, what we do on this Saturday, we starting. It was a little bit topsy turvy today, out of different circumstances. So normally we start with the arti, the singing prayers, and then Jaya Radha Madhava, and then we have a short talk on Bhagavad Gita and questions and discussion and prasadam. So today the schedule is kind of a little bit topsy turvy, but it doesn't matter. So we make the best of it. Wednesday evenings, that is just discussing a Bhagavad Gita verse for an hour and with question and answers. And like that, so it's fully focused with a very, very short kirtan at the beginning. So, what you're reading at the moment, Sergey?
I'm reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Book 1.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
So
it's really great. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. It's
yes,
really nice.
that's absolutely wonderful. Now you're reading Srimad Bhagavatam. If you have any questions now or on Wednesdays or on Saturdays, there's always an opportunity asking questions. It doesn't have to be questions related to this particular verse we're discussing. It can be any questions. Then you're most welcome to ask.
Of course, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do have a question, actually.
Okay,
So,
wonderful.
um,
We
I
welcome
remember,
questions.
I remember I was reading because when I was reading, it's Prabhupada says that we must accept a bona fide spiritual master, and I was perplexed. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to find one? Because I don't know where to go. And I remember reading this other article. It was written by a devotee. I think he runs the Krishna.org website. Yes. But anyways, he mentioned that actually Prabhupada lives in his books. He lives in his audios. He lives in his videos and his lectures. He lives in his sound. So we can accept Srila Prabhupada as a spiritual master. And in my heart, I felt that that was the correct thing to do. And I wanted to know that is something that is okay, right? Like accepting him, even though he's not physically here, but he still lives through sound.
That is very wonderful. Sergey, that is absolutely very wonderful what you're saying here. We have all access to Srila Prabhupada's Vani, his instruction form. And we have done that for the past 21 years. We focused on Srila Prabhupada. And of course, for myself personally, Srila Prabhupada is my life and soul. I'm feeling Srila Prabhupada right by my side all the time, every day. He's so close to me, as a friend, as a guide, and so on. So, by all means, we can accept Srila Prabhupada as our guru. By all means, we can Srila Prabhupada as our guru. Also, he's physically not present, but his Vani, his instruction form, is very much available by reading the books. Okay, I'll tell you an interesting story. I spoke to, on the internet, I spoke to a devotee from Mayapur, India, Mayapur. And so he came up and said, "Who is your spiritual master?" I said, "Srila Prabhupada." And he said, "Oh, Prabhu, and then I said, "He's also your spiritual master." And he was completely baffled. So I explained to him. He asked, "Why? How?" I just said, "You're not reading Srila Prabhupada's books?" "Yes, I do." "You're hearing from Srila Prabhupada's lectures, classes?" "Yes, I do," he said. "So, he's also your instructing guru, is he?" "Oh, I've never thought of it like that." And what is that? So, my experience over the past 21 years here at the Hare Krishna Centre, I tried very much for the past 21 years to connect devotees with Srila Prabhupada. But to connect in such a way, I thought they could come to the position they connected with Srila Prabhupada as I connect with Srila Prabhupada, as my life and soul. But it seems to be very, very difficult, except a few advanced devotees who can do that. But the majority of the devotees, for them, Srila Prabhupada is not physically present. It seems to be difficult. Now, by me acting as a Diksha Guru now, that seems to, we shall see what the future holds, but it seems to help some devotees to have someone physically representing Srila Prabhupada. Just like if we had a temple without deities, it would be very, very difficult. Also, it can be done to connect with Krishna, even if there are no deities. Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is in our heart. Krishna is everywhere. So if we have advanced consciousness, we can see Krishna everywhere. But we have deities, and Srila Prabhupada installed deities, and we have beautiful deities here. So devotees see Krishna physically in front of them. So it's the same with Guru. If devotees cannot really have a close relationship directly with Srila Prabhupada, then I'm happy to play that intermediate role. But that doesn't mean, it has said before by some spiritual masters, only through me you can come to Srila Prabhupada. That's not a factor. Everybody can connect with Srila Prabhupada. But if they have difficulties due to Srila Prabhupada being not physically present, then we can help them by having some representative of Srila Prabhupada physically present. And through that relationship of a physically present person, we can help them of making spiritual advancement. And all what we are doing is connecting devotees with Srila Prabhupada on Srila Prabhupada's behalf, passing down any mercies that comes from Srila Prabhupada to them, and. So does that answer your question in some ways?
Yes, that really eases my mind. Thank you. That's really great. Wow. Yes. That's beautiful. Yeah, I did a lot of research on Srila Prabhupada when I first got his book. I wanted to make sure, like, who is this person? Is this legit? Because I'm very careful who I give my spirit to, my soul to. So, and I found out that he's just this amazing personality, and it just started my journey from there.
Yes, wonderful.
Well,
We do need association, and we need association with devotees who are even one step ahead of us, mature, ripe and mature, more advanced devotees than we are. We need that association because that gives us an example of Krishna consciousness, and we can follow in their footsteps, and they will guide us and help us. So association is very important, either through online, like we have tonight. We have beautiful association, and there's opportunity for question and answers and discussing, or physical association. So association is important of devotees who can inspire us to advance in our Krishna consciousness.
yes, definitely.
You want to add anything to that, Ben?
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been wanting to associate with devotees. I just didn't know where to go. I went to there's a temple close to me, the city I live in. I live a little bit outside of Los Angeles. I went to this temple. It was an ISKCON temple. It was nice, but something didn't resonate with me. I didn't know what it was. I didn't feel connected there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. So I never went back. I never went back, and I just did everything at home. I learned some prayers. I learned prasadam. I set up like an altar. Everything I was learning was through, online, through other devotees who would speak.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I just kind of took it upon myself, but still, I still wanted that connection with, associate with, devotees physically. Even though I'm not physically here, but even online, it's still much better than having no one. But like it was spiritually, I was good, but it was that just physically, I wanted someone to talk to, or if I had any questions, I can ask. And yeah, I'm still a neophyte. I'm still a small guy. I'm still a small person.
That you
Just
have an altar at home, a
I
picture
do.
altar, a
I do
picture
have a
altar.
picture. Yeah, just pictures.
That is most wonderful. It really reminds me, we're going 50 years back when I had my first altar, a picture of Lord Chaitanya, a picture of the Panchatattva,
Yeah.
and I had a big garden I lived in, almost a kind of ashram outside on the hills outside the village, and so many berry bushes and cherry trees and flowers and veggies and all of that. And I had a huge offering each time I made my prasadam offering with so many flowers and the altar, and it was just beautiful, beautiful. So that will help you. And you chanting regularly some rounds?
Yeah, I've been starting again. Yes, yeah. I'm chanting. I'm not up to 16 rounds yet,
Okay.
but I'm chanting again, and that's really important. That's what I need to continue to do, and I want
The
to make this.
important bit is, Sergey, you chanting regularly. You set yourself a level you feel comfortable with. If it's 1 round, 4 round, 8, 6, whichever you know you can do it, you're already doing it. So you set yourself a standard, and you do it
Okay.
every day, not on and off, because our mind needs to be trained. It's just like a dog. If we want to train a dog, we do it once a week. That will not work. Every day, we're training ourselves, and we're chanting a certain number of rounds, working ourselves up till 16 rounds, till initiation, and so on and so on. That is a wonderful, great, wonderful journey. And there are devotees who uh, can and will help you We are very happy to support you, to help you, to inspire you. That is why Srila Prabhupada created so many centers, so many temples, to give association to the people in general. And if people take to the association of devotees, naturally they will progress in their Krishna consciousness. There's no question about that.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes, that's so great. Yes, I don't want that.
You can also, we are connected on WhatsApp, aren't we?
Hmm.
Sergey, are we connected on WhatsApp?
Yeah, we are connected on WhatsApp. Yes.
Yeah, so you can also at any time, you have any questions, you just WhatsApp me and I will get
Okay.
back to you as soon as I can. So we have some associations there as well. If something is not clear, if you want to ask something or clarify and so on, that's also available. So we are happy to help you, to inspire you to move ahead with your Krishna consciousness.
Yes, very much. Hare Krishna. I really appreciate that. Yes,
We are
definitely. I'm
just
looking forward to it.
we are just a click away. The world is so
Yes.
small with the internet. The world has become very small. We're just a click away. Los Angeles is just a click away. Not very far.
Yeah,
Los
no.
Angeles is just 30 seconds away. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's great.
Yes, okay, that is that. Is there anything else, Sergey?
Right now, not that I can think of. But if I do have questions, I definitely will message you. Definitely. That's
Okay.
great.
I'm very happy. Or we are very happy to have met you today, hearing a little bit more about you. And you have an altar at home. You have beads, you're chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And
Yes.
it's absolutely wonderful. You will certainly, no doubt, if you stick to it, you will progress in your spiritual life. And beyond your wildest dream, and the mercy of devotees will also come to you. Mercy we need. We need mercy. Whatever comes transparently through us, we will hand it over to you. No question. And Krishna will be very pleased, and we'll be getting more mercy handing down to you. We want you to succeed in your Krishna consciousness. Jai Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Lord's taking the meal now. And after the devotees taking their meal, the only thing, being in Los Angeles and we are connected over the internet, you cannot share the prasadam with us.
Oh yeah, it's okay. No problem. Okay.
You cooking nice prasadam?
I do cook. Yes. Yes.
And you offer it to your picture altar?
Yes, I do.
That is wonderful. That is
Yes.
essential. That is no question, you make spiritual progress very, very quickly. And
Yes,
if you
I know.
only eat prasadam, then that will be even more wonderful.
Yes, I agree. I remember Prabhupada's instructing that all you need to do is eat prasadam, chant, and oh my gosh, there was one more thing.
And dance.
But yeah, and dance. Yeah, those were really important. So
that was Lord Chaitanya's program: chanting, dancing, and feasting. And when
Yeah.
the devotees became tired of dancing, then okay, prasadam, feasting, and then after prasadam, more dancing, chanting, and dancing. That's a program.
Right.
What
Simple.
better philosophy could there be in all the three worlds of chanting, dancing, and feasting? A festival every day.
Yes. Every day.
Okay, Sergey. Durgesh, you have any questions?
I'm just fascinated about your life. So you left Germany, you went to France, you Bible, and then gave up your life in Germany, and you came to the UK. What inspired you make that move from here? I mean,
To come here to the UK.
well, inspired you to follow ISKCON and follow.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a remarkable journey.
It's quite remarkable. Even so, I don't think it's remarkable. It was in my destiny, kind of. Well, when I was small, I had some tendency. I was in not particular religious, but religious enough that we went to church, Christian church, Catholic church, regularly. We were supposed to, so every Sunday, church. There was no question if we liked it or not. And later on, I was attracted. I became an altar boy. You know, altar boy who's helping the priest, carrying the book from one place to another, and so many things. Ringing the bells and all of that. I loved that. I loved that. I think I was attached to the ritual. It was, and of course, in dress, with a red, what do you call it? Almost like a dhoti, a red skirt, kind of, and a white top, which was always too long. It wasn't fitted very well. But so, I liked that. For some years, I've been an altar boy. It was very inspiring. And then, I had a rebellious phase in my life. And at one point, I lived in a community of hippies, you would say. Maybe a dozen people of all kind of different. And one day, a new person, a girl, she came, she heard of us, she visited us. We lived a bit outside in the countryside. And she said, "Can I stay with you?" She looked for something in her life. And we said, "Yes, why not?" And then she said, "I have to go to town. I come back." So she went to town. She met the Hare Krishna devotees. She got the Bhagavad Gita, some posters. She came back and said, "I won't stay with you. I will move in the temple in nearby, a few hours away." And she gave me Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita in German. And a poster with Krishna and Arjuna on the chariot. Why to me? She has seen my room. I had some Buddha painting on the wall and some candles. And so I was, at that time, I was trying to meditate as only much later I found out this type of meditation is actually recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Sitting in a asana, eyes half closed, staring on the tip of the nose, a bit of hatha breathing and trying to concentrate on the third eye. And I tried to do that for some time. Did it work? I imagined it did something. At least it got me a bit peaceful. Like that. So she must have seen that I had some spiritual program going on. So she thought I was deserving of the Bhagavad Gita. The others in the house, they were not on that level. And so when I opened this Bhagavad Gita, I was on a search. I was on a philosophical and spiritual search for many, many years. I had so many books, from psychology to Buddhism to Zen Buddhism to Qi Yang, and you name it. A whole shelf, a whole wall full of books. And I was searching and searching and searching and studying. I was attracted by some impersonalist philosophy as well, which was different. There was, at that time in Germany, there was nothing spiritually available. All what is available was Christianity, Catholic and Protestant. That's all. That's all. So, when I received this Bhagavad Gita and I opened it somewhere, wow, I was totally fascinated. Here is that knowledge what I looked for so many years in all kind of other books and philosophies and this and this and that. Here it was everything in one place. I did not need all these other books. That one book, and I like Srila Prabhupada's language and Srila Prabhupada's mood, and so a connection was there immediately. And I do remember that very clearly. Here is water straight from the source, right? A spring of water coming out of the ground, straight from there, not 5 meters down, not a mile down, straight by the source. Here was knowledge coming through, really not contaminated, clear, pure knowledge of Krishna, spiritual knowledge. So then whenever my mind was troubled, I opened the Bhagavad Gita randomly, and always some instructions were there which were elevating, which helped me. Until I started reading properly, methodologically. And then I went through some difficulties and some distress. I just thought Bhagavad Gita was a book, and there was nothing else to it. I had no ideas there were devotees, there were temples, nothing of that sort. It was a book like so many other books, but the supreme book, which replaced all the other books. So when I was troubled, somehow or other I looked at the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, and there was a phone number. I never saw that before. And I phoned the number, and on the other end were some devotees. Suchandra, Bhakti Bhushan Swami now in Argentina. He said, yes, come visit us. Oh, there are some people who practicing this Bhagavad Gita. So I came and visited the German temple, and it blew me away. It was beautiful, and the devotees were so friendly and so nice. And then I came regularly and visited, and programs and chanting and prasadam and all of that. And one day the head priest, Puchari, he said, can you pick some flowers for Radharani? I hardly knew who Radharani was. He said, go behind the temple. There are some lily of the valley. Very, very strong scent. Flowers, little white flowers. So he directed me there. So I picked some flowers for Radharani, whoever Radharani was. And the next morning, Radharani held my flowers, which I picked in her hand. She is in that position, blessing with one hand and holding some items. So they put in her hand the flowers I picked her. And I do believe to this very day, that was my introduction. That's my first service to Krishna. And not only to Radharani. How fortunate is that? And Radharani introduced me to Krishna. And then everything developed from there. And then I moved into the temple. And because I had children with me alone, they said, why don't you go to France? I have a Gurukul, a school there. So I went to France and I stayed. And like the story goes like this.
Very good. Have you ever gone back to that first temple?
To?
Gone back to the German temple.
That German temple has moved. Yes, I have been at various preaching centers in Germany. That temples, I couldn't hold on to it. It was a big castle, and I guess it was very expensive when the lease ran out. And then they had a preaching center in Heidelberg. When I lived in Germany, I went regular there. Nice preaching center, beautiful. In some apartment with stores under. The program was on a Sunday, so we had beautiful kirtans and program and like that. And I visited at various times. They have a place in Abenteuer, it's a little bit outside, also a nice place. But more, I visited a German farm in the southeast corner of Germany, in Bavaria, the Nisingadev farm. They used to call it at that time Navajiadan Risinga Kshetra. I think they call it now Simhachalam. They have a beautiful granite, big Nisingadevs there. Not like Mayapur or the Ukra, angry, but a very peaceful Nisingadev, smiling, and Prahlad there. And so the farm I visited many, many times. Stayed there at times, and they all knew me well and beautiful. So that was
Still
my...
there, yeah?
Huh?
Still there. Still there.
Yes, the farm is still there, but I haven't been there for a long time now. So that was it. Interesting journey, yes. Life journey. Anything else?
I was just going to say, Sugray, hopefully one day, Krishna's grace, you'll be able to come and visit us here.
Who?
Sugray.
Sergey?
Yeah.
Oh, Durga says, Sergey, maybe one day you come and visit us here.
Yes, I will be. That would be great.
That would be great.
One day.
That would
I'm
be
looking
great.
forward to that. I'm
Or
sure
you come
Krishna
to
will-
France. You come to France to ruin Radha Kripa mission. You would love it. You would really love it. And we're meeting up in France. That would be really, really nice. You just fly to Paris, and from Paris, it's not very far.
Yes, I would love that. It'd be
That's
so
another
great.
option. Yes.
Yes.
Well, we're going. We're going on Chamashtami, early September. Durga, you want to come? Tempted?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll love it. You will love it. 3 days, 4 days. Chamashtami, Srila Prabhupada's appearance in Andotsava. A day before Chamashtami, we arrive. A day after Srila Prabhupada. So 4 days. That's it. 3 days, 4 days, yes. Ben, you would love to come? You would love it. You would love it. Even without the Maharajas. The devotees are lovely. Prasadam is ecstatic. The deities are most wonderful. The whole atmosphere. Very nice. Okay, I think we stop here for tonight because Prasadam is the offering still on the altar? It's gone? Yes, so we respecting Prasadam. Thank you very much, Sergey. We hope we'll see you again.
Thank you. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Did you get
I
the,
will-
do you get the invitations? Did you get an invitation this morning of the program?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for you sent me the invitation. Thank you. So it
Yes,
would be
that
the
mean-
same link.
That means my phone number is in your WhatsApp contacts, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because only then you will get. We're posting out invitations for Wednesday, for Saturday, with a link and all of that. So we are nicely connected.
Yes. I'm gonna try to join this Wednesday. I would like to listen to Bhagavad Gita lecture.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Jai Hare Krishna, Sergey, Hare Krishna.
Hare
We'll
Krishna.
see you soon. Haribol.
Thank you.
We'll
Hare
stop
Om.
here.
Thank you.
Join the Bhakti podcast with deep insights into all matters spiritual. Like and subscribe to keep up to date with your inner self.